Guard is now asking pleas for its troops back because, among other things, they need to prepare for wildfire season. But no, Trump today, for whatever reason, sent a small army of federal agents and National Guard troops in military vehicles and on horseback into a park in Los Angeles for a big, weird show of force that nobody can figure out. There was kind of nobody in the park. They didn't seem to have any reason to be there, but this is how they fanned out across a mostly empty MacArthur Park in Los Angeles, California. What's that about? What are you doing? The president of the Los Angeles City Council telling reporters, quote, looked like a staging for a TikTok video, saying that if Border Patrol wants to film in Los Angeles, quote, you should apply for a film permit like everybody else and stop trying to scare the bejesus out of everybody who lives in this great city. The Democratic mayor of Los Angeles, Karen Bass, showed up herself at MacArthur Park while Trump's agents were doing whatever they were doing there. Made them look all the more ridiculous with them masked up, dressed up like they're going to rappel out of helicopters into Fallujah. Here's the mayor in her light blue suit saying, guys, what's it?
So I went to MacArthur Park because it is very important that the truth be told about what happened there. Now, you can spin it any way you like, but in my opinion, it's a political agenda of provoking fear and terror.
I'm in Orange County, California, the 40th Congressional District, Mission Viejo to be exact, and Congresswoman Young Kim refuses to meet with her constituents. That's fine. That's a choice. The choice that I've made is that I'm going to show up instead. And there's a lot to talk about because Young Kim voted to take 15 million Americans off their health care so that the wealthiest people in America could get a bigger tax cut. I don't think people here are too happy about that.
Viral for laying out 10 steps to autocracy. Run us through those steps so we all know.
Okay, so this happens in every nation that has become an autocracy, having been a democracy. So whether we're talking about Brazil with Bolsonaro, or India, or Putin and Russia, the Philippines with Duterte. So start with winning an election. Mm-hmm. Usually the last one you're going to get to have for real. Number two, you have an expansion of executive power. The president decides he wants more than he's supposed to have. Number three, you start to make the Congress complicit. So you weaken them and you neutralize or neuter the judiciary. Like, oh, I don't know, the Supreme Court giving you unfettered power and saying we don't have the ability to stop things. Then you move on to firing all of the people who know how to make government work. Mm-hmm. So you gut the civil service. And you do that because you want to break democracy so people forget the stuff that used to get done. So you can't get your Social Security check. So the CDC doesn't know what diseases are anymore. Mm-hmm. Then you put in place these loyalists, people. Step 7, you have to blame someone. You have to blame people for the broken. You go after colleges and universities that can teach people possibly what else they should know. You get to step 9 and you start to encourage and incentivize private violence. You send the U.S. Marines into spaces they should not be.
Attorney General Pam Bondi, in fact, not only said there was a Jeffrey Epstein client list.
That's a list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that. I'm reviewing JFK files, MLK files. That's all in the process of being reviewed because that was done at the directive of the president from all of these agencies.
Oh, yes, it was a directive of the president. The Epstein client list is sitting on my desk right now, says Donald Trump's hand-picked attorney general. New statement today from her department, the U.S. Department of Justice, says there is no Epstein client list. The systematic review revealed no incriminating client list, according to today's DOJ memo. These guys have been hyping the whole Epstein conspiracy theory for years. I mean, this is the guy who Donald Trump appointed to be deputy director of the FBI.
I've already told you the Epstein story. Let's just say a friend who knows about something. If you've heard the story, he was on the plane with Clinton with the Epstein thing. And he said, I'm out of here, Daddy-O. I told that story quite a few times, so I know a lot about this story. There are a lot of people who know old Jeff. A lot of people. So it's kind of weird, like this client list is about to come out. Everybody got quiet all of a sudden.
I know a lot about this story. Says the podcaster who Trump named to be deputy director of the FBI. Now today, knock, 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 FBI, what's up with that? Today, according to the FBI and the Justice Department, there is nothing at all to this Jeffrey Epstein story. Please stop talking about it. There will be no further information released. Client list, what client list?
It's time for the Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah. The Trucker John live stream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time, good time. Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit. Hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Well, yeah, it's the Trucker John live stream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John live stream is the best thing you've ever seen.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. Trucker John. All right, testing, 1, 2, 3. Let's see, I'm doing a little sound check here. Test. Hopefully, testing, 1, 2, 3. I think we're coming through okay. I don't know why during the clips the sound was going in and out, it sounded like. But then once the song played, the song seemed to be okay. I think I'm okay now. I think we might have lost a couple people because of the sound issue, but hopefully it's cleared up now. And you guys can hear me okay. I got a thumbs up from CR. So I don't know what that was about. I don't know why it did that. It was weird, very weird. So I don't think it's ever done that where it would go in and out like that, and just during those clips. Don't know what that's all about. But it's always something, isn't it? It's always something. Anyhow, guys, thanks for being here. It's 11:36 a.m. Pacific Time Zone here in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. It's already 105 degrees. We have an expected high of 110 today, which I believe is probably putting us about 6 or 7 degrees above average for this time of year, for this day in history. So it's a little bit warmer than usual, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, I just want to say thanks to everybody. Looks like Sandy Foltz was first in the chat, so thank you, Sandy, for being here. I guess CR is second, maybe. If I'm all the way to the top, I'm assuming I am. Penny to Create's here. Hey, Penny to Create, thanks for being here. Mad Max, Slava Ukraini, absolutely. AM is here, says hello, trucklers and fellow loungers. Hello, AM. Non-Mutual says Stacey Abrams has a long future in politics. I like Stacey. I think she's good. She should be the governor of Georgia, right? As far as I'm concerned. Yes, so AM and non-use talking about the buffering. I don't know if that was buffering. I don't know what that was. Because as soon as the song started playing, I don't think it did that. At least I didn't hear it on my end. So I don't know. But non-useful is having none of it and has left the building. Apparently, will not stand for it. Pity to Create says, my mother used to say that the truth always comes out. Sometimes it just takes a while, I guess. I guess it just sometimes takes a little longer than we'd like. Luck Dragon's here. Luck Dragon says, nobody gonna break our spine. Nobody gonna slow us down. Not sure what song that was from, but apparently song lyrics. MJ Daniel up from Washington State says, you know what? Forget the Epstein thing for right now. There are more dangerous things happening in this administration, and this is only a distraction. No, I think the distraction, I think you have it the opposite. All the other shit is a distraction, so we don't see the Epstein list. Because Trump doesn't want anybody to know that he was on the Epstein list. I think it's just the opposite. But at this point, will it even matter? At least, I would like to think that it would matter to most of us. To his base, I don't think anything will matter. It could be they could have full like porno videos of Trump fucking 10-year-olds or whatever, and they wouldn't care. But I think there's enough of us that would care that could make a difference to get him out of there. Maybe, I don't know. Mad Max says 5x5 now. TJ, I'm not sure what 5x5 means. I don't know what 5x5 means. You have to explain that to me. MJ Daniel says weather doing what scientists have been saying it would do. What a shock! I know, right? I know. Yep, weather is getting hotter. We're heating up the planet, and apparently, a lot of people don't give a fuck. Jolie's here. Hello, Jolie. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being here. I do appreciate your help. Help me rein in this motley crew we've got here. Look, Dragon says 78 to 80 degrees in the Bay Area today. Sounds lovely. AM says whatever is hidden shall come to light. I still don't know what 5x5 means. It's bugging me. Mad Max says rain today for us, 68 right now. That sounds lovely too. I love rainy days. I love a rainy day. Roxanne Epstein's here. What's happening, Trucker John and Lounger? Because we only have one Lounger. Roger Dodger. It means everything is normal. Oh, 5x5 means everything is normal. Is that what something I mean? I've never heard that term before. Search for You says, hi team, outing today, but I wanted to check for apartment news. Search for You. Well, the apartment saga, MAGA saga. I don't know. It continues, and I was thinking about reading all of my fucking emails to you guys that I've gone back and forth with this lady, my so-called caseworker. Because yesterday she said my case was rejected because I didn't supply a bank statement for February 12th through March 13th that showed that I received income from Lyft. And I'm like, okay, I'll get you whatever you need. She said, please please get this turned in by July 9th, which is today. Of course, I got this email from her yesterday, and so I immediately went. I gave her the bank statement, which I have already done. But then I realized, okay, this is partly my mistake. that there really aren't any deposits from Lyft on that bank statement. Because, and I wrote her a note kind of explaining this also about how gig job, I don't think this lady knows what a gig job is. And I've never met her face to face. So I don't know what her deal is. I don't think she knows what Lyft is. I think she probably knows what Uber is, but I don't think she knows what Lyft is. So I had to write her a little note explaining to her what Lyft is, and it's just like Uber. It's a ride share. It's a gig job, and that you don't really get pay stubs, although you can look up on their site and you can get that kind of stuff, which I did give to her. But so I had to explain to her what fucking Lyft is. You know, she doesn't even know what that is. And then, so I kind of forgot that when I was with Lyft, you can get your pay like automatically or instantly whenever you want. And they give you a card, like a debit card, a Lyft card, just like Uber. Uber gives you a card that you can just put your pay right on the card. And Lyft does the same thing. They have a card. And what I was doing with Lyft is I was just every day, I guess it was every day or whatever, I don't know, I would just transfer the money that I made right to my card. So it wasn't going to my bank, it was going to the card. And so, but I was able to go into the Lyft app, and I showed her the statement. They have like bank statements on there too for that card, and I sent that to her. And I go, I hope this clears it up. About how a gig job works. You can get paid instantly, and you can just download it right to the funds right to your card. Here's the statement from these dates that you wanted, September 12th through 3/14. You'll see my last one was February 24th. As I explained earlier, I stopped driving for Lyft as soon as I got the job with the taxi company on that date. So for some reason, I don't know why I don't know why this is so fucking important to them. But anyhow, I got that to her. I think that's all they needed. I know I sent them bank statements. I sent them the Lyft statements. I sent them all that shit. So this morning I went ahead and just called her office. She picks up the phone, and I said, "Hey, yeah, this is John." She goes, "Oh, hi, John." And I go, "Yeah, I just want to make sure. I sent you all this stuff last night. I want to make sure it's the right stuff that you need, and because you said today is a deadline. I don't want to miss any deadlines." She said, "I just got," because I called her like right at 9 o'clock because I figured that she probably gets in at 9. And she said, "I haven't had a chance to look at it, so let me look at it. And I'll let you know, if I need anything else." And I go, "Okay, thank you so much. I just want to make sure I don't miss a deadline because I didn't get anything in that you wanted." She goes, "Okay, well, I'll take a look at it and I'll let you know." So that's where we're at because I haven't heard anything since then, since I called her at 9. But it's just so it's kind of frustrating that all the shit they want to get, and as far as I know, I've been giving them everything, and then they come back and say, "I need this," and I'm like, "I think I already gave you that, but here, I'll give it to you again." It's just, I'm beginning to think. Remember, we had a guy here, or I guess it was a guy. It could have been a gal named Kelly. I think it was a guy who said, because I think he said that he was a white guy, and he goes, "You're not going to get it because you're a white guy." I'm almost beginning to believe that this guy's. Now, I might not get it. I don't know if it has anything to do with me being white or not, but I might not get this thing that I need, and I really need it in order to get out of here. But so here's where I'm at now. If I don't get this approval, so I can move into that apartment, I'm gonna go over to the other place that I was talking about yesterday. There's another weekly that's $100 a week cheaper, and it's right off the strip. I'm gonna go over there and see if I can get a place over there. I'm gonna move out of here and go over there. If I don't get the place over there, you guys get it? Did you follow that? If I don't get that place over there, then I'm gonna move out of here and go to the other place that's over there. I hope that's clear. So that's where I'm at, guys. I know it's this twisting, seems like never-ending saga of just getting a fucking apartment. But this is what happens when you fuck up. So if you are in a place in your life where you have to make some decisions of what things to pay and not to pay. And I suggest, even if you have to get your light shut off or your utility shut off or your phone shut off, make your fucking rent no matter what. That should be priority number one, all right? No matter fucking what. Don't try to fucking juggle shit. Just get that rent paid. If your phone gets shut off or your gas or your electricity gets shut off, you can work that out. It might be, that's a bitch, but you'll get that worked out. Make sure that it's rent is number one. Priority one, man. So you don't end up in this fucking quagmire I've been dealing with now for what, almost 6 months now. Mad Max says 5x5 is trucker CB language for radio checks. Well, I guess, I never really was into the whole CB thing. I mean, I had a CB and I talked on the CB and I remember some of the codes, but yeah, 5x5 I don't recall. So, and then I eventually ended up shutting off my CB altogether because just too many assholes that were just racist pricks that would just get my blood boiling. And I was like, I don't need the added stress. I'm trying to drive this fucking rig, and I've got all these fucking four-wheelers all around me being assholes. I got to deal with them. I don't need to have the added stress of listening to these assholes up in my CB that are talking about how much they want to hang Obama, Literally hang him. And so I shut the fucking CB off, and I guess I wasn't really hardcore into all the fucking lingo. Jen up the bases here says good almost afternoon, Trucker John and loungers and lounge lizards. Lounge lizards. Look, Dragon, I'm watching like 5 minutes behind. Sorry. That's okay. That's so cool. That's so cool. I just made up a new thing. That's cool. That's so cool. It's a combination of okay and cool. That's so cool. That's what I like to do. I like to make up new terminology. Anyhow, MJ Daniel says we can save that for after Democrats get back in the majority and MAGA does not give a fuck anyway, but this monstrous administration is going to lead even more disasters like Texas. Yeah, I know, you're right. And we need to concentrate on 2026 and 2028. Vote, 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 vote. Vote blue, vote blue, vote blue. See the blue background? Let's keep it blue, folks. Yeah, we're seeing right off the bat. We've been seeing airline disasters, and now we've got the flooding disaster. And I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I think we can attribute that to the cuts from Doge and this whole Republican mentality, certainly predating Doge. I mean, the Abbott, the governor and the Republican politicians, down there, representatives, they've been dropping the ball on all this shit for a long, long time. So, fuck them. And now we're going to have, to continue what MJ Daniel is saying, when he says this monstrous administration is going to lead to even more disasters like Texas, we are seeing big outbreaks of measles. And that's directly related to RFK Jr., which is directly related to Donald Trump. Appointing him and giving him, carte blanche to fucking rip through all of our health systems and our vaccination programs and eliminating them. So you're right, MJ Daniel. And I've been saying this too. We are going to see a lot of people die in this country because they elected a fucking, not just a moron and not just an asshole, but a fucking Nazi and a dictator. So we're going to see outbreaks of diseases that we have pretty much eradicated because of our vaccinations. They're going to be making a big, strong comeback, and a lot of kids and a lot of old people primarily are going to die because of that. That's the first ones that go for those type of diseases. And I ain't no spring chicken. So I'm worried. Mad Max says saga is how I pronounce saga. Saga. Yeah, I think so. I think that's. It's funny. I say saga, but I don't say MAGA. I say MAGA. I don't know why. Tomato, tomato. Who knows? But I do say tomato. I don't say tomato. I don't say tomato. How now, Mad Mac? How do you say tomato? Do you say tomato? But yes, saga. I do say. I think I do say saga, not saga. But I guess it could go. I guess it could go either way. Roxanne says, "Luck Dragon breaks. Oh, breaky my spine. Breaky my spine." I love the line. Ain't nobody gonna break my stride. Good to see you, hun. MJ Daniel says, we the people need to stop this fascist takeover first. You and me, let's go. Let's fucking go. I should say. Jim says, MJ Daniel, this has the possibility of completely fracturing MAGA and the truth miss. That's the thing about it. That's the thing that I like about it. I think that's what how Sparks likes about it. It's like fight, fight, fight. Big bag of rats, like a big bag of rats. Let them fight. Let them fight. Let them fracture. You know. Jenna Places goes on to say, we need to turn up the heat. We have to be paying attention a lot at once. Okay. Sandy Foltz, did you hear any where on the new place at? So I know I'm behind in the chat, and I just went over that, so I'm pretty sure you heard that. Hopefully. That's how I got into the whole saga versus saga thing. MJ Daniel says, we all know Bondi is AG only to cover up the illegal activities of their leader, King Jong-Trump. She's totally bought and paid for. She's another one of those whores. Gin up the base. Gin up the base, says MJ Daniel. Yes, but Pam Blondie is feeling the heat. She's got a lot of questions to answer, and the more she answers, the more she's digging herself in a hole. Or digging herself a hole. Something like that. MJ Daniel, starting to be some whining in MAGA world over Ukraine too. I say let them fight, fight, fight. Let them fight against each other and just tear each other to shreds. That's what I say. Let them fight. Stephanie B2 counting down the days. She says, so only got 6 days until my new right hip. All right, Stephanie. Can't wait. Gonna see you out there with a new hip. I don't know. Doing this. I don't know. I don't know what this has to do with it. But Mad Max says typical people says, hey Jen, typical people getting thrown under the bus. Blondie from the Orange Felon. When their usefulness is over, anyone that touches him turns to shit. Luck Dragon says, hey, Rockstar, you do realize if I say I love you every day, my wife will get jealous. Oh, you guys. Hey, Rob Perez from down San Diego way. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Robert says, howdy, Trucker John, and all the Democratic voters who voted. We'll keep voting. Have a great freaking day. Have a great freaking day. I will. Pit70B2 says, I love watching Pam Blondie squirm. William's here. Hey, William. Good to see you. Thanks for checking on in. Hey, look, we have 25 watching and 25 thumbs ups. Just like Democrats, the good Democrats that we are running at a balanced budget. Now, if we could, I'd like to be at a surplus. Let's get a surplus going of those thumbs ups. Search for you says, but you're getting financial help to get in there. Be patient. Thanks for the update. I know. It's not like, I mean, that's the deal, right? I'm asking for the financial help. So, but I feel like I've given everything that they want. It just seems to be like they're. Sometimes I feel like they want me to fail. They want me to mess up. They want me to miss a deadline or whatever, because they keep putting these deadlines on. I feel like they're setting me up to fail. That's how I feel. But I don't know. But I realize, yeah, it's financial help, and they're not just going to willy nilly throw it out, So, AM says it's not a color thing, TJ. I think that there have been previous applicants trying to cheat the system, making it difficult for those of us who really need it. Yeah, I know. I mean, I know. Luck Dragon says I had a bunch of Mexicans out my job that were acting like they don't care about politics. They won't care until they get rounded up by ICE or something. Roxanne Epstein says, Luck Dragon, oh, you crack me up. Don't piss off your wife. Please try to keep her happy. Robert Perez says, yes, sea beers were only good for Smokey Bear and traffic updates. Yeah, that's true. And that wasn't even a sure thing, so I got rid of mine also. That was the thing, yeah, to get those reports, yeah, where you last saw Smokey, what mile marker and all that kind of stuff, and then, yeah, if there was traffic, if there was a wreck up ahead or road construction, that did come in handy. That's true. But like I said, it was just as soon as the day Obama was elected is when the shit hit the fan, and all these motherfuckers got on the CB, these fucking hicks, and they were just using the N word left and right all over the place, and how they were gonna they should they were gonna string that N word up and hang him. It just was disgusting, and I ended up just shutting the damn thing off. Non-useful. I love Tom Hartman, a very knowledgeable man. Oh, there's another book he just wrote. He just wrote. There's another book, another Tom Hartman book. I'd rather be here for a while. Well, thank you, Non-Useful 2. Tell Non-Useful 1 to get in here too. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I'm glad. I appreciate you coming here and hanging out with us. I like Tom Hartman too, and there's a lot of people I like that are probably on right now. So I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me, because I know there's lots of choices that you could make, other places you could be. Mad Max says, at least you make up real new words, not like the moron that thinks he invented the word groceries. Groceries? He's just like this thing called groceries. Groceries. I heard that little kid out there talking. Sandy Foltz, when is your rent due at the place you're at now? It is due today. That's why, as soon as I can pay here daily. I've been paying daily. It's more expensive that way, but I've been paying daily because I didn't want to do a week at a time, because I thought I was going to be moving. But so today, I'm going to. Hopefully, my caseworker will give me some solid an answer one way or the other, because I do think, well, if I got the approval to move to the other place, then I'm going to move to the other place, the place I've been trying to get to. But if she says no, they're not going to do it, sorry, you just don't qualify, then I'll probably just pay maybe another day here or something. I don't know. And then I'm going to go to the other place, because it's, like I said, it's like $100 cheaper. I'm going to go look at it. I mean, as long as it's not like really horrible, because you got to see the rooms. You got to, I mean, yeah, and I've only seen it from the outside, from the parking lot. But if I go over there and if it just seems okay or seems like it's at least as good as this place, and it's $100 cheaper a week, I'm moving over there. I'll just pay one more day and move my shit over there. Anyhow, yeah, Roxanne Epstein says, "Bring back the Middle Ages, RFK Jr. in modern times." Yeah. Yep. Jen at the base says, "Hi, Mad Mac. Yep, that is truly amazing to me. Is that Trump seems to be figuring out for the first time that Putin has been playing him." Well, it stands to reason that he's just not figuring it out because he's been fooled this whole time. He's a fool. He's been fooled. Penny to Great, Donald is a stone inside of a human skin suit. He's a stone. Stephen Sayers, um, envelope or envelope? Is that the choice? Yeah. I think I say envelope. Yeah, I say envelope. I say envelope. I don't think I say envelope. I say envelope. Do people say envelope? Do people actually say envelope? It's envelope. Don used to Diaper Don, the Nazi dictator. Robert Perez says Saga sings "Tonight I'm on the Loose." I think "Tonight I'm on the Loose." Diamond Dog, the big dog's here. Hello to Damon Dog. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you coming on in. MJ Daniel, DJT, Make America 1840 again. He would love that, except for the fact of there being a president. He wants there to be just a fucking lifelong dictator. Mad Max says, "I wish we could see and hear that video with Stacy without the buffering. She was listing how fascist pigs changed from democracy to autocracy. I was quite interested with what she had to say." Yeah, I don't know why that did that. I could maybe try to reload just the intro as a separate video, maybe, and see if it comes out. Maybe I'll do that, Mad Mac. Maybe I'll just do the intro later after the show. And I'll see if the audio comes out. I don't know why it did that. That's weird. It's never happened before. Sandy, where's your green screen? It's right behind me. All that blue stuff is actually the green screen. The green screen. John Glad's here. Hey, I'm glad John Glad is here. So John Glad says, "I have natural immunity by having those diseases as a child. The best situation." Yeah, but herd immunity will if we rely on herd immunity instead of vaccinations, uh, we might see millions of people die. I don't know. Who knows? Why do that? We can just do vaccinations. Mad Max is Jim's base. Yeah, he's figuring that out, but he's also had to kiss Putin's ass because of how much money he owed him. Damon Dog with the big dog with a $4.99 super chat. Yippee, Damon Dog! Thanks so much. I appreciate you. Says to restock the coffee pods in the Truckers Lounge. Yeah, I am getting low, by the way. I'll have you know, we are getting low. I bought a big box of the coffee pods, and it's probably down here somewhere. That's how many I got left. I got this many left. So thank you, Damon Dog. I appreciate you. Yeah, yippee, yippee, yippee. Everybody's saying yippee. Robert Perez says, "May I be sarcastic and say the world is on fire and you're worried about a creep who used to be my best friend and all you care about is him. What about me?" Well, yeah, what about me? AM says, I see the AG is no longer wearing that big cross. Yeah, I really hadn't noticed. Damon Dog says, I hope you're all having a good day. I'm listening and sweeping. I hate housework. But you got to do it. You got to do it. You got to do it. Bad Mac, now you can get Smokey Bear info on some GPS apps. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think I've heard of that too. Look, Dragon, balanced budget, is that a new word? Or a new phrase? I've been saying that for a while now with regards to our thumbs up. And now we are absolutely at a surplus. 21 watching and 33 thumbs ups. So we're just like kick ass Democrats because we're operating at a surplus now. Sandy Folk says, I'm going to the concert in the park tonight. Awesome, Sandy. That sounds great. Sounds like a nice evening. The Soulcraft is here. Soulcraft. Just says 0 hour. Roxanne Armfield's here. Hey, Roxanne. Let's see here. MJ Daniel says, a lot of hate and bigotry in the U.S. still. I remember the political cartoons showing a watermelon patch at the White House and the disgusting things said about Michelle Obama and the girl. Oh, yeah, they were disgusting. All that, Michelle's a man. I don't remember them really saying too much about the girls, but I guess they did. I mean, I'm sure they did. But yeah, the whole thing, the witch doctor thing, it's just. And I would like to think that was just a very small sliver of society. But based on the stuff I heard on the CB radio, I mean, it was just nonstop, an onslaught of just bigotry and racism and hatred. When Obama became president, it was like their world was coming to an end. I mean, oh my God, a black man as president. They could not, their heads were not literally exploding, but, their heads were exploding. I mean, it's just, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. And I'm not the perfect guy, and I've been, perfect loving person or whatever. Sometimes I'm an asshole, but I don't think I'm a racist because I have no problem whatsoever with Obama. I voted for the guy twice, and I have no problem with him being president. I think he's one of the best presidents we've had in my lifetime. I would put Biden first and Obama second, actually, within my voting lifetime. I mean, you could say that Johnson did a lot, but he finished up Kennedy's things that he wanted to do, healthcare and equal rights. I don't like what he did with the Vietnam War. How he escalated the war. So that brings him down. I think Carter could have been a great president if he made it to 2 terms. He was going through some really tough times, man. Clinton was really good as far as getting us back on track economically, but he had a lot of issues as far as being really kind of a little too much. Although he had a Republican Congress to deal with. But I really like Obama and I really like Biden. So let's just leave it at that. I'm not doing a ranking today, all right? Although I do think Biden I'm still gonna say Biden 1, Obama 2. And I don't care what all you revisionists out there, you want to go back and say Obama sucked and he didn't do this and do that. Look, he had the stacks. He had odds stacked up against him too. With Mitch McConnell saying we're on like day one, we're gonna do everything we can to make him a one-term president. And so Obama had a lot of shit. Not only all the racism, but all the fucking Republicans from day one saying they weren't going to work with him, and still he was able to get things done. So I think Biden 1, Obama 2. All you revisionists out there, I don't care what you think. I don't care what you say. Roxanne Arfield, sorry I'm late. Partner in crime, Roxanne Epstein. Roxanne Arfield, yes, you were tardy, and any more tardies, and we will probably have to put you in detention. David Dog says, I'm high and doing 3 things at once, and I know I'm not that smart. Well, it must be a good high. We're gonna get high, high, high. Mad Mac, that would be hella cool if you could make that Stacy vid so we can see it again. Thanks, bro. Yeah, I'll after this, after I'm done here, I'll see if I can just do it as a video, and if the audio comes out, I'll post it. If not, I don't know. Then it's just the weirdest thing I've ever seen. As far as I don't know why the audio on that did that, but yeah, we'll give that a shot. AM says many MAGA followers are having a fit with the Epstein files and the lies AG Bondi told America. Like I said, let them fight. Let them fight. Let them fight. And maybe it'll, maybe they'll break up. Maybe some billionaire will start a new party called the New American Party, and maybe some of them will go over there. Because I really don't think we're going to lose any Democrats to this Elon Musk new party thing. I think all it's going to do is just break up more of the Republicans and the maggots and the Tea Partiers or whatever. It's just going to break all them up, the white nationalists, and it'll dilute them more than it's going to hurt us. So, so you go grocery shopping yet? I have not really. I just bought a loaf of bread and some milk. I didn't do a big shopping and everything because I feel like I'm going to be moving, and I don't want to have a whole bunch of groceries that I have to move. So I was kind of waiting. This whole thing has been put me on hold. These last few days, where I feel like they're stringing me along, and I feel like, okay, this is it. They're gonna tell me today. Like yesterday they were supposed to tell me yesterday, and that's why yesterday at about almost 4 o'clock, I guess around in the evening. That's when I sent an email to my caseworker. I just said, hey, I haven't heard anything yet. You said, today was the day I was supposed to hear something, and I haven't heard anything yet. And I'm just wondering, have you heard anything? And then that's when she came back and said, a little while later, she said, oh, that your case was rejected because of that thing that I already told you about, needing the statements for the Lyft pay from February and all this bullshit. And then she said, you have until July 9th, which is, today, to get it in. And I got it in right immediately that night. I just went and sent everything to her. But anyhow, so I've been, I didn't want to do a big shopping because I don't want to just have to move all that, put all the groceries in here and then I got to put it all over there. And so I'm just waiting till I move to do my next shopping, I guess. So I just bought a couple things, like some bread and milk, butter. I bought some butter. Let's see. All the dairy products. Brooklyn, aka Trixie LaRue, says I'm taking a mini vacation going to Mohegan Sun Casino soon. Thank you, Brooklyn. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Have a good time on your little mini vacation there. Try not to lose too much money at the casino. Hopefully you'll come back a big winner. Hit that progressive. Oh, did I miss Sammy? Did I say hi to Sammy Carter? Oh yeah, Sammy Carter. Hey, Sammy Carter, thanks for being here. It says sending support from London. Thank you, Sammy. I appreciate you. Sammy Carter says, Roxanne outfit, anytime. The whole world hates the orange MF. Be careful. If anyone tells me they're from England, you're going to get a very terrible English accent thrown back at your way. All right? Just a warning. Hey, Nick Rich is here, like number 34, 1210. Where John is. Good day, folks. Nick Rich, 1210. So I'm 7 minutes behind. Thanks for that little time check there. I'm 7 minutes behind you. A little bit here. The Soulcraft says, you're right. These idiots on FM radio back then, Rick and Bubba, were terrible. They used to go off on them regularly. I must be a mid-thread. That must be mid-thread. I don't know. I missed something there. I missed where that convo thread is. Damon Dog still has the Obama 2008 yard signs. I would, if I were you, I would keep those forever and ever. I think that's something to be proud of. Brooklyn SJU, aka Trixie LaRue, said, why are we ever surprised at what Republicans do? I know, we shouldn't be, but still, you know. Did I miss Mr. Spock? Mr. Spock in here? If I passed you up, I didn't mean to. I don't see Mr. Spock. I have it on all chat. But let's see. Who said somebody brought Mr. Spock up? Nick Rich says Mr. Spock is also live. Oh, okay. I should have read that first. I'm going there for just a minute. Well, tell Mr. Spock we all said hi. I guess. I don't know. We said hi. Jen up the base, Damon Dog. I've still got my Barack the Vote T-shirt. The Soulcraft says they were all about their Christianity, yet racist as fuck. I helped get our local station to ditch them. I'm totally mid-thread because I don't know what you're talking about. I guess some DJs that were really racist assholes or something, maybe. Roxanne Arfield, Trucker John, I will speak to my legal partner regarding that detention situation. Well, I guess you're free to do that, but I believe that them's the rules. If you have too many tardies, you're going to have to go in detention to make up for it. You know, that's the rules. I'm sorry. Brooklyn SK Trushaloo says, do you do a montage of Kimberly Guilfoyle's face over the years? I don't know. Do we really need that? Do we really need to put ourselves through that? I don't know. Maybe save that for Halloween or something. Glad to hear Soulcraft says today, now that Dad is feeling better. Glad to hear your dad's feeling better, Soulcraft. Just skipping on down a little bit here. Olga Martinez is here. Hey, Olga, good to see you. Thanks for jumping on into the Driver's Lounge. I appreciate you. You guys make sure you like, subscribe, and share. We're over 3,900 subscribers. If you want to see me eat a dandelion, and you guys got to help me grow this show, we need to get less than 900 more people. I mean, 900, less than 100 people. What am I saying? We need to get less than 100 people in here to eat that damn dandelion. So I need you guys' help on that. Anyhow, Olga Martinez says, housing is so serious an issue for all Americans. I finally got a house. The term is now houseless. No real secure place. Trucker John, I hope you find your place soon. Thank you, Olga. Yeah, I hope so too. Because it is, it's stressful. It's a stressful thing, right? Roxanne Arfield says, the Soulcraft, so glad your dad is doing better. Don't forget to take care of yourself as well. Absolutely. Don Useful 2 says RFK Jr. promoted a food company he says will make Americans healthy. Their meals are ultra processed, full of high bad cholesterol. The guy is just he's a big front running phony, fake charade. Charade, how charade you are. He's full of shit. He's full of shit, man. Mad Matt got some maggots in my, I guess, motorcycle club, unfortunately. One guy told me he needed a hip replacement but had to wait 2 months because of fucking Obamacare. I said it's damn better than Trump care, and he shut the fuck up then. There you go, Mad Mac. Put him in his place. Because with Trump care, you'll never get your fucking hip unless you got $100,000 to lay down or whatever. You know. So, Craft Walking Dio, we're caught in a thunderstorm. Uh-oh. Careful out there. Roxanne Epstein was in top chat. Yeah, make sure if you want to see all the chat that you are in the all chat. You've set it to all chat. Nick Rich, be right back. Hi. In the mid. Is that the Wings order? We're gonna get high. In the midday sun or something like that. I'm terrible at remembering lyrics. Damon Dog says, "Truck Drone, is that a Boston Brian T-shirt?" No, it is not. Again, I think this has come up before. This is my Elizabeth Warren. This is Elizabeth Warren campaign T-shirt from 2020 because I voted for Liz in the primary. Voted for Biden in the general. I did. I voted for Elizabeth Warren. I think she's awesome. And I think she would have been a great president, too. No matter what anyone says. Mine still hasn't shipped. He has a Zoom next Tuesday night, I may ask. About your shirt? Yeah, what's the deal on the shirt, Brian? I got mine. Mine came... This is the one, but the one I have, the other one I have, it came right away. I don't know why, because I saw somebody else. I don't think it was you, Damon. I saw someone else in his chat the other day who said that his shirt didn't come, and Brian actually read that. He said, "I'm sorry, I'll get it to you as soon as I can," or something like that. I don't think that was you, Damon. I think that was somebody else. So apparently, this is, like you're not the only one to have that problem of getting the merchandise that you paid for from Boston Brian. I'm not trying to start any shit with everything with Brian, but I'm just saying. Apparently, at least 2 people have not gotten their shirt that they ordered from him, and he needs to get on that. AM says, "I still have my Biden T-shirt when I volunteered in Philly for the 2020 election." Alton Gillespie is here. Hey, Alton, good to see you. Says from Paradise, Texas. Howdy, sadly all. Yeah, man, down there. My heart goes out to all the families that have lost loved ones, many just children. I guess over 100, and the last I heard was over 100. There were still like 160 people missing. Now that doesn't mean that they're all dead, because sometimes these things happen and those people turn up because they were able to get to safety, but people just don't know where they're at yet. So hopefully that's the case for most of that 160. But really, really horrible situation, and I mean, not to sound like that thing, the heart, thoughts and prayers, but I don't mean it to sound like bullshit or condescending or whatever. But my heart and my condolences and go out to all the people that have lost, especially losing kids like that. It's really horrible down there. But as the kind of scary thing about it is this just the beginning? Is this just the beginning of? And I think it is. We touched on it earlier about this administration and how destructive it's going to be because of their policies and how harmful it's going to be to American people and people all over the world. USAID being shut down, and they're already seeing people dying because of not getting the aid that they need. Donald Trump is going to have a fucking lot of blood on his hands. He already does. He's going to have even more. Sandy Folt says, I'm going to see a doctor about getting a hip replacement. Hope that goes well for you. Mad Matt, Trump care is coming in 2 weeks. Brooklyn SJU UK, Trixie LaRue says, I feel like last few years I'm just trying to get through the summer. I do enjoy this heat. Oh, really? Wait, what? I'm just trying to get through the summer. I do enjoy this heat. Well, then you should be getting through the summer okay. Sandy Folt says, TJ, did you see my cooking video on my potato salad? I saw that you sent the link, and then I didn't go to it because I was busy. I think at the time I was busy getting all that stuff to the caseworker, and then I didn't go back to it. But I did see that you had sent a link. David Dog, very Carolina blue must be why I like the shirt, TJ. Carolina blue? Oh, this part? Can you see that part? Like on my screen, I can barely see it. There it is, LFG. Let's fucking go. The Soulcraft says, people often think my mom is Elizabeth Warren. They do look alike. Wow. If she had won the presidency, then your mom might have been able to be a double for her, like a body double. Jen of the base, Boston Brian. Don't even go there. Don't even start. Don't even start, Jen. Non-useful, it says, if your disability is classified as terminal without treatment, none of this big, beautiful bill applies. It's for those under the low income threshold of work and lazy SSI recipients. I hope you're being sarcastic when you say lazy SSI recipient. No, but not all. You have to read the fine print. AM, he has concepts of a health plan. Mad Max has heard that ICE ran over a person in San Francisco today. What the actual fuck? I hadn't heard that yet. I had not heard that. Roxanne Epstein says, horrific way to die. Terrifying. I'm very scared what this H season will bring. It's already daily summer thunderstorms. Oh, hurricane season. It's already daily summer thunderstorms in Florida. That's why you can't. Why you can't FW the swamp. Alvin Stoop's here. Good afternoon, Alvin Stoop. Good to see you. Alan Gillespie says, I live far from there in North Texas, but all the places I see in videos I have trucked through often. I've been down in hill country as a trucker, yeah. Oh, Brooklyn SKU do not enjoy. Okay. Oh, I thought it was, I was confused. I thought didn't seem right. Soulcraft walk is now a steady jog. Yeah, get out of there, man. Don't get struck by lightning. Get home. Olga Martinez says, the start of harm, there will be a series of systems breaking down. Food supply chain, then construction starts, then bank runs. maybe construction stops. I don't know. Then bank runs, then terrorist attacks, then paid harm, then military tribunals. Oh, Mad Mac. FW equals fuck with. Oh, so what was I reading? Oh, you can't fuck with the swamp. Oh, that's why you can't fuck with the swamp. Okay. All right. Thanks for clearing that up for me. Thanks for clearing it up for me. Roxanne Epstein says, that Damon Dog? Because I sent email yesterday and today Mel got back to me. I wanted to sign up for Zoom on 7/12. I'm excited. I don't like Zoom calls. I don't really like those. I remember Andrea was doing that. I remember way back a couple years ago. Maybe they still do them, but I went into one. I just don't like it how it's just all this cacophony of people trying to talk. It's just too much. It's just too much for me. I just can't do it, guys. I don't like Zoom. I don't like those Zoom things. It just seems too disorderly and everyone talking over each other, and I don't like it. I mean, you guys go enjoy, have a good time. More power to you. But I'm not into the big Zoom call thing. Maybe Brian runs his differently. Maybe it's very orderly. I don't know. I've never gone into it. Maybe I should go to just check it out. But I really don't really like them. I did that one. I remember it was like Andrea and a bunch of basically kind of like sparkler type people. I think maybe Jolie was there. I was in there. I think maybe Wes was in there. Maybe Benny Loco was in there. I don't know. I mean, there was probably like, I don't know, what was it, like 12 people or something, or maybe more. And I think I just went in for a few minutes and I left because I just don't like the format. But some people love that shit, so Mike H, nothing going to happen besides he does his last 3.5 years. Nothing going to happen. You don't think we're in about 6 months into it, and we've already got measles outbreaks. We've already had all kinds of mishaps with FAA. We've got this thing going on with all these NOAA and weather service precincts or whatever you call them being shut down or understaffed. And we're seeing our economy. We're already losing jobs. We're seeing inflation going up. We're seeing unemployment going up just in 6 months. And you think that the next 3.5 years are just going to be nothing? Okay, Mike H, you continue to live under that rock or whatever, that cave that you're in that basically has no internet, I guess. Don Musa says, yesterday evening, southeast Missouri in some places received over 6 inches of rain. I think you meant rain. In only 1 hour. It's like tropical rains for a rainforest. Yeah, that's what this whole global weather change and everything is all about. These extremes that we get. The Socrates says ditto on Zoom. I guess, but like you agreed with me about the Zoom thing. John Musel, meet the Fockers. Okay. What's his face? Boston Brian Zoom. So it's a lot less chaotic. That might have been all there was in the one that I was thinking of. Like, I don't know, 10 or 12 people. That was enough for me to just leave because it was just, I don't know. I didn't like it. Aaron says they still do the Zooms. So I haven't done it since. It was probably like at least 2 years ago or maybe 3 years ago. And it just wasn't for me. Alt Gillespie says it would take some sort of referee to make it work. Roxanne Epstein says, I think 21st century suffragettes had a Zoom I went to. I haven't been to many. But did you like it? I mean, did you have a good time in it? Was it you know, enjoyable? I just didn't find it enjoyable, the one I went to. Brooklyn says, and I like all those people. You know, I like Andrea, and um, I like Jolie, of course, and who you know, I think our dear departed friend Ken Otto, I think, was in that Zoom. So this was before he died. That's how long ago it was been. You know, all the people in there, I like. They were names I recognized from seeing, you know, in the chat rooms and stuff. I just didn't that process. I just didn't enjoy it. Brooklyn SJU, aka Twitch to the Roost, says, "I hope you reach 6 million before Midas does." Me too. Wouldn't that be amazing? Now they're less than a million away because they already have over 5 million. You know, but that would be amazing if I beat them to that. That would be completely amazing. Sandyfold says, I'm mopping my floors and I'm hoping to wipe down my bathroom sink and toilet and tub. There you go. Keep that clean. Keep everything clean. Mike H is coming out with some non sequiturs. I'm just going to skip that. MJ Daniel, people have already died because of these corrupt fuckers. I think I mentioned that people have died already. Rock 17, the swamp absorbs the rain, but it does flood. Yeah, everyone's getting on Joel the Troll for being a troll. I guess Joel the Troll wasn't getting enough attention by being a more reasonable person, so he's going back to the trolly ways. MJ Daniel says, and we are not even at hurricane season yet. Good luck to all the MAGA states. They are going to need it. They're going to get fucked, and they're not going to have any FEMA support afterwards, because FEMA is going to be just running concentration camps, apparently. So, yeah, the next 3.5 years, there, Joel the Troll, we're just getting started. You ain't seen nothing yet. I'm just getting warmed up. Yeah, Roxanne says, ooh, scary tampon machine in the I don't know, Waddle boys room. Oh, maybe little boys room. But I mean, yeah. So those kind of distractive issues is what got us here. I mean, is that really I mean, if you really think about it, whatever these things, we're talking about some trans issues and some things, you know, whatever. Is it worth destroying our healthcare system? What we had of it, you know, our National Institute of Health, our CDC. Is it worth destroying FAA? Is it worth destroying, really, you know, our FBI? Is it worth destroying our justice system? Is it worth all that, breaking all that down? Is it worth, you know, allowing a dictator to take over the country all because of these stupid issues, these kind of man-made, manufactured crises? All this lying about the border and everything, you know. I mean, come on, man. It's ridiculous. Roxanne said, "Yeah, I had fun. I like meeting everyone." Yeah, maybe I'm just a dick. I don't know. You know what I mean? And maybe I should give it another try. Maybe I'll see if I can get in the Boston Brian one. And if I don't like it, I'll just leave. You know, if it's too overwhelming for me, then I'll just fucking leave. So maybe I'll check it out. I don't know. If it's not too late, I don't know if it's too late to sign up or whatever. Mad Max says the orange felon uses tampons to stick up his butt to help with the stench he walks around daily with. He thinks every guy needs them because he is unaware of the real world at Mike H. I don't know about any of that, but, you know, nice dig. Joey says, Mike H still giggles if anyone says the words penis, vagina, or fart and still says, ooh, if someone brings up periods. Effing toddler. Yeah, I agree. Roxanne Armfield says, sadly, the MAGA folks are getting the government they wanted and voted for. Yeah, so don't come crying at me now, you maggots. Don't say, oh, I didn't know. I didn't know. If you didn't know, it's because you didn't want to know. Because plenty of us have been we're sounding the warning buzzer or whatever. I don't know. Brooklyn SJU, aka Trixie LaRue, says the red states will blame Hunter's laptop. Yeah. Who has Hunter's laptop now? Who has it? MJ Daniel, maybe Republicans think a tampon machine will make having menstrual cramps sound like fun to boys or something. Mad Mac says it, Mike H. Mike, you had come so far to come back into the fight, into the light of truth and in reality, and now you have had a setback. Have you been hanging around with maggots again? Come on, man. You know he's FOS. God, another one of these things I don't know. First it was 5x5, then it was FW. You know he's fucking old shit. I don't know. Oxana says, MJ Daniel, you are coming up with some good ones. Mike H, so double down on everything again and see what happens again. That makes no sense. Brooklyn, aka Trixie LaRue. The troll wants attention. Don't give. That's true. I generally try not to water the trolls, but Joel the Troll, was one that we took him in. We kind of fostered him a little bit, and then he escaped like the feral cat that he is, and he came back all dirty and greasy. So oh, full of shit. Okay, whoops. I don't know why we did that, but okay. I think FOS equals full of shit. What did I say? I think I might have said that, but I think I might have figured it out. Mike has been replaced by a bot. Yeah, I wonder. I kind of wonder. Nick Rich says 11:45 a.m. in Vegas. Sounds like John's caught up. Yeah, I'm 1 minute behind, but that's basically caught up because no one else has put anything in there. We got only 23 watching today, 42 thumbs ups. It's already 12:45. What time is Brian? Is speaking of BB, as in Boston Brian? Is he coming on at 1:00 our time, my time? That's only 15 minutes away. I did start about almost a half hour late. I was kind of waiting for Hal to finish up, and I was actually finishing up that intro thing. Maybe that's why the intro didn't come out right, because maybe I rushed it and didn't do. Maybe I forgot to do something. I don't know. I was just looking to see. I think. Well, today's Wednesday. Okay. Yeah, he doesn't come on today. So, I think someone's going to be coming up at 1:00. I believe. So maybe at 1:00 we will. Maybe we'll just jump over to somebody. I'm just trying to see if something's coming up. If anybody knows of anything a show coming on in about 14 minutes at 1:00 Pacific time, and you think we should maybe jump over there, but I can't believe it's going so fast already. But I probably should stop right around 1, because I want to make sure, I get back with the caseworker and get that. Because like I said, I want to find out. I need to find out today whether I'm going to pay for more rent here or if I'm gonna move to that, to that place or move to that place. There's lots of things going on here with going over there and over here or there and here. I don't know. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? I don't really see anything coming up. But something's got to be coming up. Yeah, we'll figure it out. I don't know about. I think Boston. I think. Well, no, that's right. He's on a late tonight. Okay, that's right. He comes on tonight the same time as Boston as Liberal Dan, and then so I'm not going to stay on until then. Yeah, and then but I think he's doing. I think he's doing a Thursday show. That's why I changed back on Tuesdays and Thursdays back to 9. Yeah. Anyhow, it says. Mad Matt, 2 p.m. is Tony Michaels. Gin of Base, just keep live streaming until Boston 5:30. You can do it. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Sandy Foltz is 3:50 here, p.m. Oh, yeah, that's right. Roxanne said Hal said he might pop up soon between 4 to 5. He's got an interview at 6 p.m. all Eastern times. Yeah, that's right. Hal might pop in, so we might... if he pops in around 1, maybe I'll stay on and see if he's in there, and we can jump over to there. AM says, good luck. I hope you get good news today. Me too. Thanks, AM. Thanks, AM. Jolie has... Oh, there's the link for PayPal. Thank you, Jolie. Sunny Phillips, what about the place behind the wall? Well, no, because they don't... I never did apply because I knew they weren't going to take me with the eviction. Because after I read the little flyer that I got, and I looked, I didn't see it at first, but it says right there, no evictions. So I didn't even bother with it. Nick Rich says Hal says he'll be on later today, 4 and 6 Eastern time. So 4 o'clock here is 1 o'clock. 4 o'clock there is 1 o'clock here. David Dog, well, I'm going to pop over to PTL. Y'all have a great day. Thank you. Turn it on, Mug. Going to watch the Praise the Lord show. Is that still on? Is that the Jim Baker? You going to go over there? Thanks, David Dog. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Roxanne, PTL, Pushing the Limits. It's a podcast, too. Well, screw those guys. Because if anyone pushes the limits, it's Trucker John. No, I don't know. All right, guys. So now that I'm caught up, what should we talk about? We've been talking about everything, a little bit of everything today, about what a dick Trump is. That's basically the show every day. Trump's an asshole, and we're all going to die because of Trump. Roxanne Epstein, PTL has MAGA call in with Brian Shapiro. It's on from 3 to 5 p.m. Alrighty. AM Mr. Cookie. I don't know. We didn't make the goal today so far. This Tough Cookie says he will only come out if we make the goals. I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? I know you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? But I would like to remind everyone to please subscribe. And if you have subscribed, I want to say thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. But yeah, make sure we subscribe. And if you guys haven't, if you have subscribed, let's help get the show out there so we get more subscribers. So we get to 6 million. I would love to be at 6 million. And keep watching my videos. I want to get to. I'm getting closer and closer to 100,000 views. Now I don't think I get anything like a plaque or anything, but it would just be cool to be at 100,000 views. And right now we're at I think 800. Last time I checked, I think I have 860,000 or 870,000 views of my videos. So if you see a video, click on it, and you don't have to watch the whole thing. Some of them are pretty long. You just watch a minute or 2 minutes. I think that'll count as a view. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button on that. And if you do that, I'll say thank you just preemptively. I'll send out a preemptive thank you. Now, what should we do for next Monday? I mean, we do have members. I think I have 70 or 80 members. Most of them at the $1.99 a month rate. It's pretty cheap, but that does help keep the show going and growing. And I really haven't done too much for the members. I tried the members only Monday a few times. But if you have any ideas, maybe what I should or could do for the members on a members only type of basis, maybe some ideas there might be okay. It might be needed, I guess. Non-useful 2 says, TJ, I bought 35 hens to add to my flock. I see income in my future. Oh yeah, you're gonna be selling eggs on the roadside? You can have a roadside egg stand. You can undercut. What's your supermarket out where you're at? HEB or something. Nick Rich says, where's Epstein's client list? We can start there. Will we ever see it under the Trump administration? MJ Daniel says, where everybody dies, the Republicans just want to help some get there faster. Oh, not where, but yeah, well, everybody dies. Yeah. Here comes the trash truck. No, there's a couch I want. No, just kidding. Cindy folks, what about the bearded guy? Well, the bearded guy, he's kind of there's solidarity with the beard guy and the cookie guy. They said they won't come out unless the goal gets made. I can't make them. Olga Martinez says, talk about human relations globally. We are being held out because 47 is so disgusting. To all our allies, USA is not in the mix. No more clout for hostage trades. No more love because killing of aid. Yeah, he has in 6 months. I'm not going to say he's destroyed all of our the goodwill that we've been creating with all our allies and all the help we do across the world. I'm not going to say he's permanently destroyed it, but he's definitely put all of that on hold. Like all the other countries, they're turning away. They don't want to deal with this as long as Trump is in there. The only ones that will is are the shitty ones like Russia and I guess North Korea and whatever and Iran or something, or the Saudis, all those assholes. But everyone's probably on a let's wait and see what they do in the next election. If they get somebody decent in there, and even then, that's going to be every deal we try to make, every whatever we get into. There's it's going to take several administrations now to get people. If we have good Democratic administrations, it's going to take a long time for countries to go, okay, I guess they're over this fucking dictator shit or whatever. It's going to take decades to repair. Even if we get good, solid Democrats in the White House and have a good Democratic administrations, even for the next 10, 15, 20 years, I think everyone's going to be a little wary of wondering, are these agreements, if we make agreements, are they only as good as long as that administration is in power? Is everything going to change every 4 years? At least before, when it came to our foreign policy and things, those were pretty solid, whether there was a Republican or a Democrat. Those usually didn't change with each new administration. And now Trump has just, changed all that, and not for the better. Sandy Foltz, have you been to the taco place? I did just last night. I went and got I got some food there. Yeah, Costa Vida. That's what I had for dinner last night. Brooklyn SAU, aka Trixie LaRue, says, I hope President Biden is doing okay. Yeah, I really haven't heard much. I mean, I thought I saw something where he made an appearance recently. Maybe it was over 4th of July. So he's still doing some appearances, I guess. I haven't really heard one way or the other how his treatments are going. So yeah, I hope he's doing okay, and I hope those whatever. I don't know if he's going through chemo or what, but or radiation or none of that. I don't know. I have no idea what they're doing. But whatever they're doing, I hope that it works for him or whatever. Roxanne, once a month Monday for members. Oh shit, power just went off. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about, doing the Monday only members once a month. And technically, I did do it. The last one was, I think, still June, and then but it was almost July. So maybe we'll do the next one in August or something. I don't know. Mad Max says, "Did the LA Dodgers all go to the White House to honor the orange one? Are the Dodgers all maggots?" I'm not a baseball fan. Well, they did go to the White House. I don't think it was to honor the president. I think it was for them to be honored by the White House. So it's a difference. And it's also, I think, it's about honoring the office and not the man in the office. So, I mean, and you may agree or not agree with that. You might think it's bullshit and that they should have taken a stand or whatever. But I don't believe that they're maggots. I mean, there probably are some in there, or at least if they're not maggots, I'm sure there are Republicans in there that are Dodger players. But I really don't know the politics. I really don't know. They kind of just, no one other than, I think Kiki Hernandez put out a tweet or something on Instagram or something that was a bit critical of the president and what he's doing and his policy. I don't know if anyone else did or not. The only one I remember hearing was Kiki Hernandez. Now, this has been a while ago. This is a couple months ago that they did this, right? So this wasn't just the other day. I think it's been a couple of months ago. Maybe things would have changed if it was now as opposed to then. But anyhow, I don't think they're maggots, and I don't think they were there to honor Trump. They were there to be honored by the White House, and in return also, I mean, it's kind of the honor thing is kind of a two-way thing. They're honoring the office of the presidency, not the president. That's the way I look at it, and I think that's the way most people look at it, at least from the Dodgers players' point of view. And I don't think they're all maggots, and in fact, I don't even know if any of them are maggots. But I guess statistically, if you have 50 people, and then if you have the coaches and everything, you have 50, 60, 70 people. I suppose statistically, there's probably got to be a few maggots in there. And certainly there are, there might be half of them, or maybe more than half, or maybe slightly less than half. I know that are actually just Republicans, but don't that are not maggots. So I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a. I mean, I don't think it really was that big of a deal at that time that they went and everything. I mean, yeah, it would have been nice maybe if because there was a team. Was it the Eagles or something after winning the Super Bowl or some team that just said, "Nah, we're not going," and that was pretty cool. I thought that was really cool. It would have been nice, I think, if the Dodgers had done that, but they didn't. And like I said, I don't think they weren't there to kiss Trump's ass. They were there to just honor the White House and to be honored by the White House, which is an extension of the American people to just kind of congratulate a team for winning a World Series or a World Championship. Olga Martinez says USA held back means 12 million to starve in the next 6 months. Our farmers that grew that food out. Yeah. Yep. We kind of touched on that a little bit earlier, but not to that extent. So thanks, Olga. Yeah, there's going to be lots of people starving to death and lots of farmers that are going to be out of the payment for that food that they were depending on, that they were promised by the government. They had contracts to grow that food, and those contracts apparently got torn up. And how many of those farmers voted for Trump? Probably a lot of them, unfortunately. Roxanne Arfield says, "Oh, dear Roxanne Epstein, I hope it's temporary." What about the power going out? Yeah, me too. Brooklyn, are you starting trouble, Mad Mac? Abe says we will need back-to-back Democratic administrations to rebound. Yeah, absolutely. And then even then, who knows how long it will take for people to actually fully trust us ever again, like they did before Trump, because we had gone certainly since World War II. I would say we were, we became the number one superpower out of World War II, and along with that we entered into a lot of agreements and deals and to help people, some people militarily, and other people with food and with medicines, and it's going to take a long time to repair this damage that Trump has done just to our reputation. Nick Rich, will it take another year before the cult realizes that they're being duped, or will they figure it out sooner? I think every day, more, probably a few of them here and there are maybe figuring it out slowly but surely. I think MAGA is kind of shrinking, but it's little by little, a little here, a little there, a little here, a little there. Nick Rich 101. I'm 4 minutes behind. Alton Gillespie says, I would go to the office just to hopefully ask what stinks in here. Sandy Foltz 10-4, good buddy. See you tomorrow. So Sandy Foltz, Fancy isn't hiding. Oh, were you guys talking about where's Fancy? Was that a question that I missed? Yeah, I haven't seen Fancy in here. I don't know if I pissed her off, because I think I did see her in some other chats, something, or because a lot of times I watch YouTube on my TV and I can see the chats, but I can't respond like I can do like on my iPad or iPhone. So like if I had seen Fancy, I might have said, "Hey, Fancy, there you are," but I didn't, because I was watching on my TV, and I think I'm trying to remember where I saw her. It might have been Boston Brian or something. I don't know. I can't remember. Nick Rich says, if the American government reneged on one treaty, Ukraine 1992, will it do it again? Ever trust? Well, like I said, it's going to take a long, long time to repair the damage Trump has done as far as our reputation and our trustworthiness. Mad Max says, what happens if they cancel presidential elections? Like they just canceled elections in Florida. They claim it is for a year, but what if it isn't? We are planning on things being normal. But okay, look, I don't know all the details of the Florida thing, but those are not presidential elections. Those were local elections. The states have a lot more power to handle their locals, they're elections. That's not a federal election, as far as I know. Now maybe I'm wrong, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. But those weren't federal elections. Those weren't congressional elections. Those weren't presidential elections. Those were like supervisors and shit, county supervisors and shit like that. So let's not get it twisted. And maybe, and I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with what they did because I don't know all the details of it. But just throwing a big blanket over it and saying they're canceling elections as if they're canceling presidential elections or something. Let's not do that. Let's not be disingenuous about what's going on in Florida. Now I should research that a little bit more, but I don't. I think it's being a little bit misconstrued. 007, Kevin, the Troll Slayer. Am I not supposed to say the parenthetical part out loud, by the way? I don't know. Is here. So hi to 007 Kevin. Troll Slayer. Good to see you. Just gives Jolie a hug and no one else. What's that all about? Bogolesha UKA Trixie LaTrue. Trixie LaRue. Trixie LaTrue. I'll have a nervous breakdown if I get more bad news. Yeah, I know. Well, don't have a nervous breakdown. Just prepare yourself. We should all be mentally prepared to know that we still have 3.5 more years of this motherfucker. Just prepare yourself for the worst. Hope for the best. I don't know. Just know, if you could just have that preparedness, maybe that will help to some extent. So it's not at least so surprising or shocking when these things happen. Just know that shit's going to happen. There's going to be more shit happening. I hate to tell you, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, guys. There's going to be some more shit happening. And bad shit. Shit that's going to get people killed. So if that helps, I don't know. That might not have helped. I may have just made things worse. I don't know. MJ Daniel says, living in Washington, and we will have elections whether or not the Republicans will respect the result. Question mark? Well, I mean, then that means if they don't, then that means that we are really fucked. And that's a total breakdown then of the rule of law. Mad Mac, I know Florida isn't presidential. Duh. I'm asking about the very likely possibility of the orange one saying no elections. But you brought up Florida as a comparison, like you're comparing what Florida did, and to that, meaning that we're not going to have elections. The Florida thing, as far as I'm concerned, means nothing. It means nothing in the overall picture of the United States and our presidential election. Anyhow, getting back to what you said, I'm mixing about the likelihood of the orange one saying no elections. We are all saying 3.5 years and it'll be over, but not being able to vote. If Trump somehow says no elections, I think you will see a civil war. I think you will see an uprising. I think you will see the American Revolution 2.0 at that point. I don't think. I mean, as low as our voter turnouts have been over the years, and as empathetic people are about voting, you take something away like that, and you will wake up the sleeping fucking giant of the American electorate, and you will see shit hit the fan, and you will see, I think, everyone, not just a few people, you will see everyone out in the streets protesting, and you will see January 6th look like a fucking day at kindergarten at that point. That's just my opinion. Other than that, I have nothing to say. Roxanne Alfred says, the orange lump's health may not allow him to make it through this term. Think on the bright side. Like I said, we've said this before. Yeah, the guy looks like shit. He looks like he's in really bad health. He may not even make it 3.5 years, but there's people like that go on into their 90s, and you're like, this guy's still alive, So he might be one of those, You just never know, and so we can't really count on that. I guess is what I'm trying to say. MJ Daniel says, afraid so. It'll probably get worse before it gets better. Brooklyn, aka Trishy, don't cause TJ to buffer. Am I buffering? I hope I'm not buffering. I think we've done pretty good, except for that stupid intro thing. MJ Daniel, while VP Couch Sniffer is terrible, I do not think he has the ability to hold MAGA. Oh, MAGA, when Trump dies or is out of the picture, MAGA dies. Now, what replaces it might be worse. I don't know. But it's not going to be MAGA. It's just like we had the Tea Party, and then from there we went to MAGA. Before Tea Party, there was like the John Birch Society or some bullshit. So there's always going to be something. But it's not going to be MAGA. MAGA will die with Trump. AM says he is talking about the SAVE Act. Anyway, he is talking about the SAVE Act? This will affect the married women who have changed their single names to their married names. Roxanne Armfield says, Mad Mac, I'm sure we aren't alone. Am I buffering? I don't know. Mad Mac, we all said that Scrotus could never say that a president has supreme power, but they did. Logical? Hell no. We need to prepare for illogical shit, not expect that voting will happen, is all I'm saying. And I'm saying that if the elections get shut down, then we will be in a state of civil war. It's going to happen. Now, what might happen is they'll still have the elections, but will it not be rigged? They're going to have elections. They're going to have the pretense. I mean, I'm not saying this is for sure. I'm not saying it's not going to be legit, but if you think they cheated in 2024, you don't think they're going to try to cheat in 2028? So Trump, I don't think Trump is going to try to not hold elections. Because I think he's smart enough to know that would probably trigger a civil war or a revolution. So he's going to hold he'll hold the elections, but isn't he quoted as saying, or someone around him saying, it's not the counting, it's like who does the counting or something like that. I mean, that's what we got to worry about, is who does the counting, and if it's going to be on legit, on the up and up. But they're going to have elections. We just got to make sure that they're free and fair and not rigged. MJ Daniel says DJT is like Oogie Boogie. Nightmare Before Christmas, nothing but insects sewn inside a sack. Brooklyn needs a pill. There's a bunch of pills. Don't take all of those. Just take one, right? Mad Mac, I agree with that. Putin cheats with every election. They got away with cheating in 24, and it will happen if we do not do something about their cheating. What do we do? I know we gotta, you know, we gotta make sure they don't get away with it. I don't know how we do that. We be vigilant. Uh, you know, I don't know. Mad Max says, "Can I have a few of those, hun?" I don't know what you guys are taking, but who was it the other day that said they don't like pills? I don't know. Anyhow, it seems like everyone's leaving me. It is after 1 o'clock. I don't know if. Oh, Hal's on. Why didn't you guys tell me Hal was on? So if you guys want to jump over to Hal, I'll go ahead and end the show. I'm at almost 2 hours anyhow. Hal's been on for like 12 minutes. That's why everyone suddenly left me. Apparently. All right, guys. I'm going to put Hal's link in here. That's for Hal Sparks. And there's Jolie. She's got it too. Chugger John Raid. So yeah, guys, if you go over there and say hi to Hal from me, thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you guys for doing that. I appreciate everyone who's subbed. I appreciate Damon Dog for the super chat. Yippee to Damon Dog. Make sure you guys when you go to Hal, say Chugger John Raid or Chugger John sent me or something like that. That's always greatly appreciated. And I'll probably be over there in a little bit. I'm just going to play the outro, and I'll see you guys over there. Thank you guys so much. So tomorrow is Thursday. I'm going to try to come on at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. on Thursday. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're going to go back to 9 a.m. And then Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we'll do 11 a.m.s. All right? All right, guys, thanks so much. Thank you, Mad Matt, for being here. I don't mean to be like sounding confrontational or whatever. And I think we do have concerns, legitimate concerns about these elections. I do agree with you. And what we do about it, I'm not sure. But we have to make sure that they are as free and fair and honest as can be. You know, so hopefully we've got some time to come up with a way to be, really, watch guards. I don't know, something about these elections. But it is a legitimate concern, that's for sure. And I agree with you there. All right, guys, you guys are awesome. Thanks for being here. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. Hopefully I'll have better news on the apartment and all that kind of stuff. And maybe better news about our world. I don't know. But in the meantime, we end the show, as always, with some words of wisdom. You might want to write this down. All right, you ready? Here we go. Today's words of wisdom are...
Well, it's time to say goodbye. The show has come to an end. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. Have some fun times, hopefully nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes. Might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about door chimes. But if we did, I'd be only too glad. So hasta la vista, baby. The show is over, but could I ask you maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant, but I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with. y'all again, right here on the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna do it again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream. This is where we win, right here on the Trucker John live stream. No, this time to say goodbye. The show is coming in. Don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again.
Trucker John, on the road he rides, live streaming all through the nights. From politics to pop culture he speaks. No topic is off limits, nothing is weak. From Vegas to the highways, he'll never tire, shouting about food, talking about desire. He's the rebel of the asphalt, the king of the night. With a microphone in his hand, he's ready to ignite. Freedom is his fuel, passion in his soul. Gotta express himself, gotta take control. Moving through the country, keeping it real, no filter, no holding back, nothing to conceal. Rolling down the highway in my rusty old rig. I'm a retired trucker, but my spirit's still big. Living in Vegas, where the lights never sleep. Broadcasting my thoughts for the world to keep. From politics to pop culture, I've got it all. Sharing my views, no matter how big or small. Talking about food and movies and bugs, shining a light on all the social issues. No shows, I've driven through the desert, seen the city so bright. But now I'm living in a different kind of fight. From my apartment in Las Vegas, I hold the key, exploring the world through my live stream for free. For free.